With Gojo having been boxed up in the most recent episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, the Sorcerer Squad is now unfortunately in a position where they can no longer call on their older brother to fight all their boss battles for them. Now I know I troll a lot with the Gojo hatred on this channel, but for a brief moment, I actually want to get serious. After we enjoy celebrating this Gojo cake. Okay, but now all jokes aside for a sec, I have a hunch that you niggas might have gotten lost in the sauce at some point. Like, I feel like somewhere along the way, the raw intensity and commitment of my Gojo hatred began to overshadow the reason why I hated Gojo in the first place. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you watching don't even know why I have such a visceral distaste for Gojo. And so before we even get into y'all thoughts on the episode, I want to have a quick return to form and talk about why I started hating Gojo in the first place. I don't really hate Gojo due to his canon qualities or behaviors, although those two things definitely don't help. I hate Gojo for two main reasons. One, he is entirely overglazed by the anime community as a whole. And two, Gojo's presence, in my opinion, just obliterates any large-scale stakes that the series of Jujutsu Kaisen can have. Now that first reason, I'm not gonna cap, there's not that much that can be done about that. All I can do is continue to spread the good word of Gojo negativity and hope to restore some semblance of balance to the community. But that second reason, the one about Gojo's presence messing with the stakes, well, now that he's clearly not present anymore, I feel like I can finally take the stakes in Jujutsu Kaisen seriously again, and I'm not gonna lie, it feels good to be able to say that. They're really honing in on the cinematic aesthetic for this arc. There are some clear differences in representation between the manga and the anime, but the anime is doing a great job of expanding the fights in the source material. Now granted, I'm not all that familiar with the source material to the point where I can really talk about it in depth. Like, all I really know is a few panels I've seen here and there, but you know what? I'm not even gonna lie, the main thing that stood out to me in this arc was Gojo being sealed. But apart from that, it's most definitely like the cinematic approach that MAPPA has taken so far with covering this arc. I talked about it briefly in my last video, but I feel like the little filmic shit that MAPPA's been doing with each episode is really making this arc feel like its own little self-contained movie in a way. Like during the Gojo sealing episode, for example, I thought it was cool that they sort of framed the whole episode with like this reoccurring theme of a game of Mahjong. Granted, I don't know damn squiggly about Mahjong or how to play it, so realistically, I probably wasn't even fully tapped into the full extent of the metaphor, but still, bruh, I understood enough that I could appreciate what they were trying to do, or like at least what I thought they were trying to do. Another thing I liked, bro, as far as the cinematography is concerned, is the random little Mechamaru boot up screen they started off this episode with. The crazy part is though, if you actually pause the episode and read what's being said on that little boot up screen, tell me why it says the driver for the Mechamaru AirPod was triggered by Satoru Gojo being sealed. Yo, how the f did Mechamaru know to put Gojo being sealed as an edge case in his code, bro? How did he know they were fixing to seal Gojo, bro? I'm not gonna lie, Mechamaru? We gotta talk some more about Mechamaru, bro. Mechamaru ending up a go-go gadget after getting his body back and piloting a kaiju killer has to be the biggest troll ever. Man's got no play with his new body. Tragic. The crazy part about Mechamaru coming back from the dead in the form of an AirPod is that Mechamaru might have just unknowingly put himself on the all-time list, bro. After this most recent episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm pretty sure I could say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I could say that Mechamaru is the most prolific snitch in all of anime history, bro. Like, think about it, bro. Just for a second, bro, let's go over Mechamaru's track record in snitching, because I don't think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen a character in my life that had this level of dedication to pure, unadulterated snitchery, bruh. We started off this arc with Mechamaru snitching on his homies, right? He was feeding info to 𝙏𝙖𝙡 in them, and yeah, y'all know what happened. Fast forward a couple minutes, right? Now he's in a fat-ass Mechazoid trying to reverse snitch on the people that he originally snitched to. Now, we all know how that ends up, right? He gets his ass murked and yada yada yada. But instead of just, you know, dying a normal death and being, well, dead, bro says, I got one more in me, and revives himself back from the grave just to indulge in post-mortem snitchery and let Yuji know that Gojo had been sealed. Bro, I know 𝙏𝙖𝙡 was about mad as shit when he saw Mechamaru's little snitch bot stalking him, bro. And like, to be honest, I can't even really blame him, because Mechamaru most definitely sold any element of surprise that the Curse Posse would have had on the Sorcerers. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Mechamaru might low-key be MVP of the arc right now just for that clutch-ass snitchery he put in, but I don't know, bro. We'll see how the rest of the arc plays out, I suppose. Someone gotta put an Amber Alert out on 𝙏𝙗's little brother. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, every new episode that drops makes me more and more regretful of ever simping for 𝙏𝙗, bro. Because it's like, yeah, she's fine or whatever, but this woman is just a straight up sociopath, bruh. And that's simply an undeniable truth at this point. Like, the whole sibling complex, that was already bad enough, bro. Like, under no circumstance should a younger sibling ever be looking at their older sibling with these eyes, bruh. But low-key, dog, I can't even lie, her pretty privilege was making me almost want to let that one slide, bruh. almost. But now, yeah, nah, I most definitely can't let her slide, bro. Because no way her greedy ass just asked a dead man if his bank account was still active, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, asking for the PIN numbers before giving my nigga a rest in peace is crazy, bro. Like, first of all, I promise you Mechamaru don't got nothing for you in that account, bro. His ass probably died in wild debt from trying to finance that giant Mechazoid. But regardless, bro, there's something about the white-haired characters in this show where they just can't be regular functioning members of society, huh? Like, they always gotta be on some weird ego cocky shit, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Somebody's gotta look into that correlation, bro. These Jujutsu Kais and white hairs, bro, there's something up with them. Geto for real fighting off his brain. I'm not gonna lie, I think this gotta be one of the most interesting yet underexplored scenes I've ever seen in my life, bro. Because they really just casually threw out so many fire concepts in this scene and then simply just moved on. Like, first of all, this scene basically just gave us confirmation that Geto is not entirely dead, because like, how would the nigga manage to choke himself if he was actually dead? I'm not gonna lie, this is how I know Gojo is most definitely the ultimate troll, bruh. Because dog essentially instigated Geto from beyond the grave, talking about, damn, you gonna let him do your body like that? That's crazy. Look, me personally, and of course, you know, Geto's emotional ass really fell for that weak ass last ditch instigation effort. The craziest part about this whole scene though is the conversation that Geto Brain and Mahito have after the fact, because these niggas just start casually theorizing on like the metaphysical nature of the soul and how their respective curse techniques interact with this idea of the soul. And it's like, I'm sitting here locked in thinking I'm about to get some crazy exposition that will finally start to make sense out of cursed energy. But then it's just like, nah. 5 seconds later, the boy Mahito is back on his bullshit, waffling around and going on a scavenger hunt for Yuji. And it's like, really, bruh? Be so dead ass right now. Like, come on, bruh. Really, the only way to defeat someone like Gojo is by having prep time. No Geto and Toji tell us that much. You know, it's funny you bring this up, bro, because I was actually thinking about this very concept myself. And the thing I noticed about Gojo, bruh, is that for someone whose whole thing is being untouchable, bro is actually mighty touchable if you know what the hell you're doing. Like, think about it, bro. Between Miguel, Toji, and now Geto Brain, we have seen a total of 3 cursed tools that have the ability to counter or at least work around Gojo's Limitless. Like, bro, I feel like low-key, bro, depending on how large Jujutsu society is on a global scale, low-key, there's gotta be mad cursed tools out there that can counter Gojo, bro. Like, I know it just can't be that little box, bro. They selling them shits on Temu, huh? Bet you click off this video right now and go to Temu, your ass can cop 5 prison realms for 15 bucks. Let me find these jumps on Temu, bro. I'ma just be walking around, bro, sealing up random niggas for life, bro. No reason whatsoever. Oh, you wanna mess up my order at McDonald's? Psh, yeah, alright, bro. Say goodbye. I promise you, you won't ever see another shift in that kitchen ever again, bro.